So we are live now, live and direct. Welcome to Miro African TV, my fellow brothers and sisters, all the followers of Miro African TV. Welcome to Miro African TV. Please, if this is your first time of joining our program, I will advise you to subscribe to our channel and click that small bell button so that whenever such a program comes out, you'll be notified immediately. In my midst today, I am with my brother, Engineer Uche. Engineer Uche, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. My name is Engineer Uche, and today I'm here with my friend to discuss some issues affecting our beloved country, Nigeria, and all over the globe. And I hope you guys have fun listening to us today. Thank you.
Thank you, my people. So, please, the only thing you will do for us now is to like this video, share it, and allow others to join the program to listen to what we are going to discuss today. So, Engineer Uche,
Yeah.
when last did you visited Nigeria?
Well, I visited Nigeria some couple of months back, just like 6, 7 months ago, and yeah, it's not been long ago. 6, 7 months ago, I visited Nigeria.
I hope you really enjoy Nigeria. Why are you laughing?
Well, I have to say there's nothing to really enjoy in Nigeria because the problem is nothing is changing. There's things they keep getting worse than they used to be. There's no improvement. You know, the infrastructures are really bad. The security situation is terrible. Light is bad. Road is bad. To be frank with you, from my own assessment, I was really disappointed from what I saw.
So, with all these things that you mentioned, the areas you touch, infrastructure, security, and the system and management of Nigeria, does it mean that the police are no longer there, or the military are no longer there?
Police are no longer there. Military are. It's really for me. It's quite surprising that when you require security from your home country or when you're visiting, then you have to pay extra money to the police to be secured. It doesn't for me. It doesn't add up. Yeah, in Germany here, everybody is secure. You just need one dial and everything is sorted out. But unfortunately, we're still living in that past system that we used to operate so many years back, like 25 years ago when I left Nigeria. I think nothing has changed. We really have to reorganize our security network, upgrade things, make things more modern. We should stop this kind of approach of back in the days and how things are. It's time for us to break away from this kind of chain. Think better, work better, make things more organized. I think one of the biggest challenges we have in Africa is the kind of mindset and orientation we have. If we don't deal with it, we'll have a big problem. And that is exactly what we are. Even when we talk about things like Boko Haram and other security challenges, I think that's the reason we are having them. Things still remain the way they are. They are stagnant. Nothing is happening.
But if you made mention of Boko Haram and that Nigerians are suffering under Boko Haram, but I can still recall under the military government, Nigeria put peace in Liberia and Sierra Leone. Then who else is Boko Haram?
Yeah. Thanks for coming up with this topic of military government. Yeah. In my own opinion, in my own humble opinion, I think Nigeria achieved more under the military government than what we are doing today. Yeah, it's really a pity. We claim we are under a democratic rule, but I don't see. We are just beating around the bush. For me, from my own point of view, democracy is not working for Nigeria.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. That means for you, you are using this.
No, democracy is not working for Nigeria. It's just the truth. I even prefer the military rule.
My people, did you hear that?
Yeah,
My brother just came back from Africa, said that he prefer military ruling
yeah, yeah,
Nigeria
yeah.
than the democracy of today.
It's true.
If you have anything to add, if you would like to join the conversation, maybe to air your view,
Mhm.
the room is open. You only need to put it in writing that you would like to get in. then I will give you the access to call in and air your own view. So let me not mistake it again. The current democratic government we have been experiencing in Nigeria, I believe they are working hard in changing things in Nigeria. For example, last month we were fighting because of 23 point something, 27 point something billion that Buhari wanted to borrow to alleviate change in Nigeria, develop, but he excluded the eastern part of the nation from the development of that will come out of this 27 billion.
Yeah.
And the ones he has been borrowing, do you want to tell me you can't see anything on the street of Nigeria?
The truth about it is, this is exactly what led to the Biafran War. The exclusion of the southeastern part of Nigeria is, from the onset, it's been that way. It's nothing new. And unfortunately, we are having some group of people who are very, let me use this word, tribalistic.
Oh, okay.
They still follow this. The real underlying cause of the said Biafran War, they are still towing that path. So for me, I'm not surprised that they are sidelining the southeastern part of the country in this palliative sharing and all that. For me, it's no surprise. Yeah. So these are part of the reasons why I said under military rule, things work better. Yeah. The problem is, under this democratic rule, I think democracy works more for the Europeans. It works more for the Europeans because from the tender age, the mindset and how they are brought up,
Yeah.
they do things orderly. And just let me give you an example. In Nigeria now, where I'm from, you have a child, yeah?
Yeah.
And maybe someone who is your friend, who you think is coming to ask you for a favor, is coming to ask you for money, he comes to visit you. You tell your child before he or she opens the door, come, if it's Mr. X or Y, tell him I'm not at home. So what are you teaching the child? So from childhood, you now make this child know that lying and not being straightforward is a no.
It's part of the system.
It's part of the system. This child grows and grows and grows. And when this child has all this kind of mindset in himself or herself,
Yeah.
and later you are now coming with democracy, how is it going to... Democracy is meant for people with sane minds. It's not for people that are... I don't know. I don't want to use that word. Democracy is actually for people that are sane, people that are orderly, people that follow things the way they are. Military rule are for people that are not so sane, in quotes, insane, like my people.
Oh my God.
So, so that's the way I say it.
Okay.
That's the way I
So,
say it.
but don't you think that the problem Nigeria is facing today is because the current elites ruling Nigeria today forbid the history of the past, both the things that caused the Nigerian Biafran War? Don't you think that history is about to repeat itself the way they are going today?
Yeah, for me, I don't think war is never a solution. Yeah, for me, a war is a lose-lose situation. Nobody wins through war. Nobody benefits in a war. It's a lose-lose situation. I'm not an advocate for war, and I'm not an advocate of Nigeria breaking.
But they said that if people didn't learn from the past history, the history is about to repeat itself. But Nigeria, they forbid, there is no history telling the young boys and the current government of today how things went wrong before the war breaks out. Because what you just said before, excluding one part of the nation while borrowing money to develop the other part may cause such a thing.
Let me even start from here. Must we even borrow? How can a country as rich as Nigeria, has a lot of mineral resources, still be borrowing? Is it not a shame that we're borrowing? A country like Germany, do you know how much they have in reserves? We don't have any reserve. We keep running helter-skelter to borrow. Who pays all this money that we are borrowing? Does it make sense? For me, it doesn't. Even that word borrowing should come up in Nigeria's discussion. It's a shame that a country that is so blessed like Nigeria, with vast mineral resources, yeah, with think tanks all over, are still today, 2020, borrowing money all over. For me, everything is just going wrong. That's exactly what I'm talking about, yeah?
But don't you think that the problem that made Nigeria to keep on borrowing is because Nigeria keeps on playing the politics of
It's not.
How will I put it? It's tribalistic. They are not seeing themselves as one country.
I think the main reason why it's like that is just our greed. You know? It's just our greed. Tribalism is there, number one, but I think the primary reason is greed.
But this greed you are mentioning now, there is greed in Europe, there is greed in Germany. But why are they not succeeding?
Yeah, they are greedy. There is greed in Europe too, but they are saying every human being is greedy to some extent, but they are saying you might be greedy and think about the betterment of your brother or your sister. Then even when you are doing something, even despite being greedy, you are modest in your greediness.
But
Africans are not modest in their greediness. Let me give you an example. How can someone like Abacha steal? How much was repatriated the last time? $300 and something million. Man, come, is that not being crazy? Do you know how many companies you could establish with that? Do you know how many things you could export after they are finished product from that kind of?
But don't you think, my good friend, engineer Uche, don't you think that we should, like the Russians, I do refer to Russia whenever I want to discuss something strategic like this. The way Russians or the president of Russia, Putin, handles the affairs of international issues concerning Russia and international affairs, he said he liked to build something to deter a nation from thinking to attack his nation, like we have learned from the mistake of Abacha. Don't you think we should have amended our constitution, divide the power of the presidency, giving more power to the House and Reps and other judiciary positions in Nigeria to be able to deter a president from carrying and
I really like we should amend. Who are the people who have the people in the house here?
The constitution said we the people.
No, we don't. We elect people to represent us, and the people we elected to represent us are greedy and insane. So since they are greedy and insane, they don't think rational. They're only thinking about their pockets and how they will enrich themselves.
But we, me and you, are we not the owners of the company?
We are the owner, but
why can't we put our ass together to kick out the managers and directors?
How do you kick them out? But these guys are money bags. During the election, they buy votes, they rig elections. So that is why I'm saying democratic rule is not for us. Do you understand? Because it's just for the money bags, yeah? When the money bags, when they come with their big bullion van, you know, Mr. Bullion Van and they bring them, they buy everything and nothing works, yeah? So, for me...
Do you think that this type of thing is what made them to leave Nigeria to remain as it is so that people will not be able to grow or have their own capital? They should remain hand to mouth.
Let's just be more realistic and face facts here. Nigeria as a country is a disappointment. Nigeria is a disappointment to Africa. Nigeria is a disappointment to the black race. Yeah, and to be frank with you, if things continue this way, in the next 20, 30 years, I think Nigeria will even be worse off than South Sudan with the way it's going. Because there's nothing really, I'm serious. Read about countries like Ethiopia and Madagascar. Read about small country, Ethiopia, which other country did I hear about recently? There's some small countries, even in South Africa, that region, that are really doing, but Nigeria, we've not even taken the first step to liberate ourselves. That's where the problem is. Because this thing we are saying, yeah, to be frank with you, I don't see a solution because we are in 2020 now. In 2023, there will be another election. The money bags will come again. Do the same magic that they do. We keep cycling. We are in a closed loop, yeah. We keep going round the same. But there's no way to break out of it. I'm serious. There's no way to break out of it, yeah. I don't know. There's no way to, and I don't see a way we are going to break out of this thing. I really don't see.
But people are not complaining this way. You're complaining during the time of Goodluck Jonathan.
Goodluck Jonathan, everything. Goodluck Jonathan, his regime was full of lies and pretense. They just fine-coated Nigeria and made it seem as if our GDP, as if we were really, there was nothing happening. It was just a time bomb, yeah. They just fine-coated everything and make it look nice. And to be frank with you, all the data we had during the time of Goodluck Jonathan, they were all fake. They were all, I'm serious. It's just a fake data. That's why it seemed as if we were doing well then. Nothing was happening too. Yeah.
Let me borrow your word. You said that Nigeria is in a loop.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way out.
No way out. No way out.
Don't you think that this Biafran affairs that is popping up today may be a way out?
That is not a solution. Mr. What is this called again? Man Nnamdi Kanu, he has nothing to offer. His ideas are rubbish. He has nothing upstairs.
Can you give me an example? Why is it rubbish?
I've listened to him a couple of times. He has nothing. He has nothing to offer. You know, I'm serious. He has nothing to offer. He's just trying to create chaos without finding a solution. What is he offering? Please tell me. What have you heard so far? What is his manifesto? Let me start from there. What's his manifesto? I'm saying what's his manifesto?
On this issue, I have tried to treat this issue since 2-3 years ago. Your questions are very, very tough. That no one can easily answer that question.
The truth is, Nnamdi Kanu, he's just looking for fame. He's not a solution. He has nothing to offer. He comes and talks all his jargons and just play around with the feeble minds, and they just follow him like, I don't know, that is their business. But for me, he has nothing to offer. The problem that we have, the only solution we have, is to come together, to love one another, and find a lasting solution. And to be frank with you, look at China. Are they practicing democracy? Are they not one of the biggest economies in the world today? The problem with us in Nigeria, we like to do copy a lot. Anything the Western world they do, we copy it without looking for something that really suits us. It might be a traditional way of ruling that will be a lasting solution. We don't know. But even these days, the politicians, they are the ones that install the traditional rulers. Is this supposed to be that way?
No.
We have to find our own local way of ruling and taking care of democracies.
That is money bag, as you just mentioned before. Money bag have destroyed Nigeria. But people thought that the only solution that could have order, they are still holding hand today, is Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB.
Please forget that one. He has nothing to offer. He has nothing to offer. That one is just full of lies and deceit.
People are sending me a lot of messages from Igbo land, eastern part of the nation. And most of the message that are coming in is complaint against Nnamdi. That Nnamdi Kanu has a coded word that he used to activate DSS and Nigerian security agencies to go after unloyal servant of his. Like the messages that I'm listening, they said that he do mention that they are kidnappers on air. He's living in London. He will address them as kidnappers and criminals, and some of his members will now go after that person and point hand where the person is living. It's like you are now a prophet.
From the onset, from the word go, I've always known Nnamdi Kanu is just, for me, he's like air. He's not of no relevance. Yeah, he's not the solution to Nigeria's problem. The biggest problem we have is our mindset. First of all, we have to, but it's going to be troublesome, because how can you change the mindset of a 70-year-old man or a 50-year-old man? It's problem. It's a big problem. This mindset switching, he has to start. This switching algebra of the mindset starts from.
But in another side, because I'm seeing some solution in the sense that if the North and the South and West start uniting themselves back.
When would that happen?
When
would that happen?
When would that happen?
Why would the North and the South and the East be easy? Well, come, we should stop talking about what is impossible. Is that?
Oh my God.
We should stop. See, I speak Yoruba fluently. I can say I spent most of my youth age in the Yoruba, in the western part of Nigeria. But still, no matter what I do now, after talking to a Yoruba man, I thought myself, Loli Buruku Amoyibo. So what are you telling me about? It's the same. It's just, let's stop beating around the bush. It's there. This thing is like
my brother.
Let me use that Igbo. It's not to there's no
Hey, yeah. Ndị Igbo si kpụrụ kembere na akpa ihe. Ịhapụ ya na waya.
It's a problem, yeah.
It's
a big problem. It's a big problem.
Very big. But my brother, don't you think that people that may come later to watch this program may be afraid that they don't have any solution? It's all over. Like I do say, or I do tell some of the prophets that keep on seeing vision of destruction. What is the solution to this destruction? What do you think?
The solution is all man for himself. If you can run, you run. If it's Canada, you run to. If it's America, anywhere you like, you self-exile. but
the Northerners are not running away.
And
they're now rushing to the southern part to take over everything.
No, what are you talking about? Is it an Hausa man that once he drinks his tuwo shinkafa, who has not come, please?
But look, the message that I get yesterday that Nigeria have started visa free. And since they started this visa free within Africa, the only people trooping into Nigeria are the Fulanis from the Niger and the Sudan, the Janjaweeds. And all of them, we are not stuck in the northern part of the nation. They were using this Dangote trailer. They will pack cow and they will hide themselves under the cows. And they are being transferred to the eastern part of the nation. And yesterday, another trailer was caught with full of ammunition.
Do you know the problem, man? Do you know what? I've done a lot of brainstorming on possible ways of solving Nigerians' problem. The more I do brainstorming, the more I get confused. Because any solution you bring has four. Any solution you bring has 4 or 5 things that is drawing it back or factors, right? So it's difficult, yeah. It's really difficult. I think the amalgamation of Nigeria in 1914 was a mistake, yeah.
But the British said that it would only last for 100 years. Now it's over 100 years.
Do you have a proof?
Yes, they have the paper.
Where is it? Have you seen it before? I've not seen it before. All those things are.
I've not seen it before.
Those are Nnamdi Kanu's talk. So please don't stop buying that guy. That guy is empty. So listen to that guy.
Oh my God.
That guy is empty. He just says any kind of nonsense. Before you know that, he say Buhari is.
He said that's not Buhari.
Please forget all those.
Okay.
Nonsense.
On this issue now, do you think that man is Buhari?
Is Buhari? Forget all.
Is Buhari? But they say that he's now younger.
Forget all those problems. He's just saying nonsense. Buhari is the man there. This guy, naturally, Buhari has always been a very skinny guy. And you know skinny people, they hardly age. Maybe he was broke before. Now he's
cattle there before.
Yeah, maybe he was
and
not
now
so
he's sitting on top of Nigeria Central Bank.
So why wouldn't he be fresh? So what?
Okay. Now, since 2 days now, we are seeing lots of news about investors rushing to Nigeria. Is it for good or is it also punishment?
I hope they don't get kidnapped. That's my prayer. But I hope so.
Oops.
I hope so. No, I hope so. You know, the problem is the kind of mindset our people have. Nigeria is a very complex. I'm very serious. The more I brainstorm, the more confused I get. So I stopped.
What do you think that made Nigeria to hand their oil wells to private people?
Greed. What else? A politician we give a well to one of his girlfriends. Is it not stupidity when people are hungry? It's greed. It's nothing else.
But where is Buhari today and where is the vice?
I can't answer. Everybody's running away. There's the kind of pandemic we have. Corona is biting hard. So everybody's keeping safe. He's not the youngest. He has to take care of his health. Yeah.
But the president of the nation running away from his people.
He can do home office.
Okay, Buhari is not doing home office in his own hometown. And the vice president too.
Yeah, they can do home office.
He's now in this church.
Just 2 men, they are old people. You want them to die? You want them to die from corona?
No.
Please,
no.
Say, Baba, we need you alive. Oshibanjo, we need you alive. But you guys think about the poor masses. People are hungry in this country. It's a shame we are the giant of Africa and people live on less than even $1 is exaggerated. People live on less than 10 cents a day. It's disheartening. Yeah.
But don't you think that this poverty in Nigeria is being generated
By-
extra by the money bags
It's not being
to keep the people low?
Please tell me. What
From example
I-
now,
yeah.
let me give you examples. Innocent Motors is a very, in this country, BMW creates millions of jobs in Germany. And somebody like Innocent is now manufacturing, producing every part from Nigeria. Before, I can recall, during the 80s, Nigeria has a law that says any car that is being assembling, not manufacturing, in Nigeria, will be made national vehicle. By that time, Peugeot, France, were assembling their cars in Nigeria, and Nigerian government were using those cars. Today, we are manufacturing our own, and Nigeria abolished that law and start importing vehicles. How do you think, if at all Nigeria want to alleviate itself, that's an opportunity to help Innocent to create more jobs? Because I know in US, like Apple, if Apple want to get punishment from the politicians, they will look for the powerful actors in Senate. They will go to their state and open a manufacturing department, create a job in that state, and the matter will die. Why is that not like this in Nigeria?
Well, what I would say is this. As per manufacturing, I think all these Innocent Motors, all they do is coupling. Because we don't have any place we manufacture spare parts in Nigeria. All those spare parts are from the West, number one. Number two, when we talk about poverty, why would our people, what are we exporting? How many, in the whole of Lagos, considering how big it is, how many companies do you have in Lagos?
Maybe tire company.
I'm telling you, just go
Michelin.
only Düsseldorf. The number of companies in Düsseldorf is more than the number of companies in the whole of West Africa. So why won't your people be poor? Why won't our people be hungry? Once you have instead of having things like that, people waste money to build mighty place of. I'm not against God. I love God, yeah, but please, I think it's overdone in the part of country where we're coming from. Yeah, all those spaces, all those money they pump into all those religious centers. If they pump into industries, people don't have to be praying too much. Yeah, but if you have a job and you are eating well, if you pray 7 times a week, you reduce it to 1 because after work you be tired, you sleep now. Maybe it's when you have your 2 days free, then you have time to. Do you understand what I'm saying? The problem is we are not getting it right. That's just the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
My people.
The poverty has to do with all of us. The politicians who steal the money around the way. We that hail the politicians that steal. Instead of throwing stones at them, we call them Yankadeli and hail them.
But what of the Igbos that are trying to create jobs?
Igbos are traders.
Yeah, but they are trying to create jobs, and they are being punished. Like in Lagos, the government of Lagos State will wake up one day and tell the Igbo people that where they are doing their businesses, where they create, maybe half of the workers there are the Yorubas. They will tell them, as from tomorrow, disappear. If you fail to do it, they will come in with caterpillar.
I know.
And they will show you somewhere else.
Yeah, but you know, normally envy is there now. Igbos are like, they are very hardworking people. They are good business guys, entrepreneurs and all that. It's normal that it's expected that some kind of envy will be there. It has to do with envy.
Yeah, but somebody being envy of some people, even punishing your people and being envy.
It's envy. What else do I say? It's envy. It's envy. Because you are moving all the way from the southeast coming to the west, and you are enterprising. You
buy land, you develop it.
So it's some part of even it might be maybe the person at the helm of affairs doesn't really want to help, but his subordinates they might push him to. It's just some kind of envy. It's always there.
But is that not one Nigeria?
We will ask Lord Lugard.
Let me ask this question. Does it mean that the right that the Yorubas in Lagos has is not the same right that an Igbo man has in one Nigeria?
Normally it's supposed to be that way, but normally we have equal rights anywhere you are, but it's not the case. We all know. No? We all know. We all know it's not the case.
Unbelievable.
You can't tell me an Igbo man staying in Jos now has the same right as an Hausa man. It's not true. So, it's the country we live in. There's nothing we can do about it, but it's like that.
So, my people, that's all we have for you today. Maybe some other time we will come back on air to advise our people on some businesses they may start on their own. You know, if you can recall, you have been to Nigeria. Nigerians are not into packaging. You notice that? Like a lot of things is dried up, but they still handle it with hand. They are not packaging it, like giving it prices and everything.
I know.
Some other time we will come in, we will try to chip some areas where people may start a small scale industry in doing something like packaging.
It's very important. Most of the products from the farms, even from the farm to the destination, just in this transportation line, many of them get spoiled.
Yes.
Yeah? Then the remaining rest that are there, we also lack a very good way of packaging them and be able to export them. That is a big problem for us. Yeah, we are talking about packaging. Where is the light? Where is the power? Burali said, "Where is the power?
Where is the power?
Where is the light? Where is the light to all this packaging that normally to process all this food stuff, you have to heat it to the nucleus to be able to preserve it. When you don't have light, how will you be able to do it?
Inside this juice, you will find pineapple, orange, mango, and other fruits. In Nigeria, we produce excess mangoes.
No, we have a lot of them. You see most of them decaying before they get to the market. So it's not. It's everybody know. More than up to 60% of the product they decay before getting to the market. Number one, the roads are bad, and before they can even get people that will transport, because the roads are bad, the vehicles they get spoiled very fast. Yeah. And the cost of maintenance of the car is also expensive because of bad road, and the people are not earning enough.
No rail.
No
cargo plane that may transport something from Imo to Lagos.
Cargo what? There's nothing to cargo anywhere.
Wow.
There's nothing to cargo anywhere.
So that's all I have for you, my people. The only thing you will do for us is to subscribe to Miro African TV, like it, and share it with your friends. And if you would like to be part of this show, maybe it will be coming on air every Saturday. I'm not promising, I said maybe. But by God's grace, it may be hosting so that we will be able to discuss on affairs concerning Nigeria and how to help Nigerian people, our brothers and sisters back home, to start something. Most of them has millions in their wallet, in their banks, but they don't know how and what to start with it, you know. And something else will come and carry it, you know.
Yeah, the problem is most of them have millions in their account, but they are thinking of how to import the latest G-class. Is that how to grow our economy?
No. It's more dirty.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Everybody has a blame, yeah? Yeah, instead of starting something, you're thinking of how to import a G-class to drive on a bad road, yeah? And people are hungry.
And to carry the best iPhone.
God help us.
Only to solve
Facebook.
Facebook, you know. Wow. So thank you, my brother. Thank you, engineer.
Yeah,
thank you, my people.
Merci.
Also, talk to them. And we'll see us some other time.
Some other time, yeah. Bye-bye. It's
Bye.
nice talking to you on this program, yeah? Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye for now.